Welcome to this scientific lecture on DNA origami and molecular nanodevices. Today we're going to explore one of the most exciting frontiers in nanotechnology, the ability to use DNA as a programmable construction material to build nanoscale structures and machines. Let's start by understanding what DNA origami actually is. DNA origami is a technique that exploits Watson-Crick base pairing rules to fold long, single-stranded DNA molecules into arbitrary two-dimensional and three-dimensional nanoscale shapes with nanometer precision. This revolutionary technique was developed by Paul Rothmund at Caltech in 2006, and it fundamentally changed how we think about DNA as a material. Now you might be asking, why would we use DNA for construction? Isn't DNA just for storing genetic information? That's an excellent question. Let me explain the unique properties that make DNA ideal for nanoscale construction. DNA follows strict base pairing rules. Adenine always pairs with thymine, and guanine always pairs with cytosine. This predictability is crucial. Each base pair has a precise length of 0.34 nanometers. This means we can use DNA as a molecular ruler with atomic precision. DNA can be easily synthesized with any sequence we want, and it's relatively inexpensive and stable under physiological conditions. Here we have a long, single-stranded DNA molecule. This is our scaffold strand, typically 7,000 to 8,000 nucleotides long, often derived from the M13 bacteriophage genome. Now let's understand the fundamental principle of how DNA origami works. We start with one long scaffold strand of DNA. Think of this as a very long piece of string that we want to fold into a specific shape. Then we add hundreds of shorter staple strands. Each staple is typically 20 to 60 nucleotides long. These staples are like paper clips that hold the folded structure together. Each staple strand is designed to bind to two or more distant locations on the scaffold strand through Watson-Crick base pairing. This creates crossovers and folds the scaffold into the desired shape. This diagram shows how staple strands create crossovers between different parts of the scaffold. The staples act like molecular rivets, holding the structure in its designed configuration. Let me give you an analogy to make this clearer. Imagine you have a very long strip of paper with a complex pattern printed on it. This is like our scaffold strand with its specific sequence of bases. Now imagine that the paper has instructions printed on it, telling you exactly where to fold. The staple strands are like these instructions. Each fold is held in place by a paper clip at a very specific position. The base pairing rules ensure that clips only attach where they're supposed to. The final three-dimensional shape is entirely determined by where you place the clips. Similarly, the DNA structure is determined by the sequences we designed for the staple strands. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful features of DNA origami, addressable binding sites. You might ask, what does addressable mean in this context? Let me explain. Because we designed the entire structure, every single position on our DNA origami has a known, unique sequence. This means we can address any location specifically. This addressability allows us to attach different molecules, proteins, nanoparticles, or other DNA structures to precise locations with nanometer accuracy. We design single-stranded DNA extensions called overhangs that protrude from specific positions. These act as docking sites for other molecules. Here's a schematic showing a rectangular DNA origami platform with multiple addressable sites. Each colored dot represents a unique binding site where we can attach specific molecules. Let me give you a concrete example of how we use addressable sites. We can coat gold nanoparticles with DNA strands that have sequences complementary to our overhang sequences on the origami structure. When we mix these functionalized nanoparticles with our DNA origami, each nanoparticle will bind only to positions with the matching complementary sequence. This gives us precise control over nanoparticle spacing and arrangement at the nanoscale. We can create specific geometric patterns with accuracy better than 5 nanometers. This shows 3 gold nanoparticles precisely positioned on a DNA origami platform. The spacing between particles is controlled with nanometer precision, which is crucial for applications in plasmonics and sensing. We can also attach proteins to DNA origami structures with similar precision. There are several strategies for protein attachment. We can use chemical crosslinkers that react with specific amino acids, or we can create covalent DNA protein conjugates. One elegant approach is to chemically attach short DNA oligonucleotides to proteins. These DNA tags then hybridize to complementary overhangs on the origami. A powerful application is organizing multiple enzymes in a specific spatial arrangement. This allows us to create enzyme cascades where the product of one enzyme is immediately available to the next enzyme. By controlling the distances between enzymes, we can optimize reaction efficiency and reduce diffusion times. This mimics how enzymes are organized in cellular metabolic pathways. This diagram shows 3 enzymes arranged in a cascade on a DNA origami scaffold. Substrate flows from enzyme 1 to enzyme 2 to enzyme 3, with the distance between enzymes optimized for maximum efficiency. Now let's discuss the variety of shapes we can create with DNA origami. Early DNA origami focused on 2-dimensional shapes like rectangles, triangles, stars, and even custom patterns like smiley faces. These demonstrated the programmability of the technique. More advanced designs include 3-dimensional structures like hollow boxes, nanotubes, twisted bundles, and complex polyhedra. By introducing deliberate insertions or deletions in the DNA sequence, we can create curvature and twist. This allows us to make spherical or helical structures. We can even create dynamic structures with moving parts that respond to external triggers like pH, temperature, or the presence of specific molecules. These are examples of basic 2-dimensional DNA origami shapes: a triangle, a rectangle, and a circle. Each shape is formed by precisely folding the scaffold strand using designed staple strands. You might be wondering, how do we actually design these complex structures? Let me explain the design process. Scientists use specialized software tools like CA, DNano, or vHelix. These programs allow us to design the routing of DNA helices and automatically generate the sequences for staple strands. First, we define the target shape we want to create. Then we plan how DNA double helices will be arranged to approximate that shape. The software then calculates which staple strand sequences are needed to fold the scaffold into the design configuration. This involves solving a complex constraint satisfaction problem. Once we have the sequences, we order the synthetic DNA oligonucleotides from a commercial supplier. Then, we mix them with the scaffold strand and perform a thermal annealing protocol. Let's talk about the experimental assembly process, which is remarkably simple. We mix the scaffold with all the staple strands, heat the mixture to 90 degrees Celsius to denature any secondary structures, then cool it slowly to room temperature over several hours. The slow cooling rate, typically about 1 degree Celsius per hour, allows the staples to find and bind to their correct complementary sequences on the scaffold. This is a self-assembly process driven by thermodynamics. The system naturally finds the lowest energy configuration, which corresponds to our design structure. Under optimized conditions, we can achieve yields of 80 to 95% correctly folded structures. This high yield makes DNA origami practical for many applications. Now let's explore some exciting applications. First, let's look at molecular sensors. We can design DNA origami structures that undergo a conformational change when they bind to a specific target molecule. This change can be detected optically or electrically. By incorporating AP Tamer's DNA sequences that bind specific proteins, we can create highly selective sensors for biomarkers, toxins, or pathogens. A common detection method is FRET, fluorescence resonance energy transfer. We place 2 fluorophores on the structure, such that binding brings them closer together, changing the fluorescence signal. This shows a FRET-based sensor. Without the target molecule, the 2 fluorophores are far apart, and we see low FRET. When the target binds, the structure folds, bringing the fluorophores close together, resulting in high FRET signal. Another exciting application is using DNA origami as programmable drug delivery vehicles. We can design hollow DNA origami boxes, or barrels, that can encapsulate therapeutic cargo like small molecule drugs or therapeutic proteins. These containers can be equipped with molecular locks that open only in response to specific cellular signals, such as low pH in tumor environments or specific biomarkers on cancer cells. By functionalizing the surface with targeting AP Tamers or antibodies, we can direct these nanocarriers to specific cell types improving drug specificity and reducing side effects. Researchers have demonstrated DNA origami boxes that target cancer cells, open in response to tumor-associated proteins, and release their therapeutic cargo directly at the tumor site. This schematic shows a DNA origami box containing drug molecules. The box has a molecular lock that keeps it closed until it encounters the target environment, where it opens and releases the therapeutic cargo. One of the most futuristic applications is molecular robotics, creating nanoscale machines that can perform tasks. Researchers have created DNA walkers, molecular robots that can walk along predefined tracks on DNA origami surfaces. Each step is powered by DNA strand displacement reactions. These walkers can pick up, transport, and deliver molecular cargo to specific destinations on the DNA origami platform, functioning as molecular assembly lines. We can design structures with hinges and joints that reconfigure in response to DNA fuel strands, creating molecular actuators and mechanical devices. Scientists have demonstrated DNA origami robotic arms that can grab and release cargo molecules in response to chemical signals, operating as true molecular robots. This shows a DNA walker on a molecular track. The walker consists of a body and cargo, moving step by step along binding sites on the DNA origami track through a series of DNA hybridization and displacement reactions. DNA origami is also revolutionizing nanophotonics and plasmonics. By arranging gold or silver nanoparticles in specific geometries, we can control how they interact with light through plasmonic coupling. These arrangements can function as optical antennas that concentrate light into nanoscale volumes, or as metamaterials with unusual optical properties not found in nature. The strong electromagnetic field enhancement near coupled nanoparticles enables ultrasensitive detection through surface-enhanced Raman spectroscopy and other optical techniques. DNA origami is even being used to position quantum emitters like quantum dots and fluorescent molecules with the precision needed for quantum photonic applications. Now let's discuss some of the current challenges and limitations of DNA origami technology. Current DNA origami structures are typically limited to sizes around 100 nanometers. Larger structures require hierarchical assembly of multiple origami units. DNA origami can be degraded by nucleases in biological fluids. We can improve stability by chemical modifications, coating with protective polymers, or using modified nucleotides. While the self-assembly process is simple, the cost of synthesizing hundreds of staple strands can be significant. Scaling up production for commercial applications remains challenging. DNA origami structures are not rigid, like inorganic materials. They can bend and fluctuate at room temperature, which can be both a limitation and an opportunity for dynamic applications. Despite these challenges, the future of DNA origami is incredibly exciting. Let me share some emerging directions. Researchers are developing methods to assemble DNA origami units into larger, more complex hierarchical structures, potentially reaching micrometer scales. DNA origami is being integrated with living cells and synthetic biology to create hybrid systems that interface engineered nanostructures with biological machinery. DNA origami provides a platform for molecular computing, where DNA logic gates and circuits can process information at the molecular level. By organizing multiple enzymes and cofactors, we're creating artificial metabolic pathways that could lead to synthetic cells capable of complex biochemical functions. Large-scale assemblies of DNA origami could create programmable materials with emergent properties like tunable mechanical strength, controlled porosity, or responsive behavior. Let me conclude by emphasizing the paradigm shift that DNA origami represents. DNA origami fundamentally transforms how we view DNA, not just as a carrier of genetic information, but as a versatile, programmable construction material for the nanoscale world. The nanometer precision and addressability of DNA origami enable unprecedented control over matter at the molecular scale, bridging chemistry, biology, and nanotechnology. The applications span medicine, materials, science, electronics, photonics, and fundamental research, with new possibilities emerging constantly. So what makes DNA origami truly unique compared to other nanofabrication techniques? The answer lies in the programmability. Unlike top-down fabrication methods that require expensive equipment in clean rooms, DNA origami is programmed purely through sequence design and assembles its This makes complex nanoscale construction accessible to any molecular biology laboratory. We now have the ability to program matter at the molecular level with the same precision that we program computers. DNA Origami is the assembly language of molecular nanotechnology. We've journeyed from understanding DNA as passive genetic material to utilizing it as an active construction kit for molecular machines, sensors, and robots. The future will see increasing integration of DNA nanotechnology with other fields, combining DNA origami with proteins, synthetic polymers, inorganic materials, and living cells to create truly hybrid systems. Let me summarize the key takeaways from this lecture. DNA origami exploits Watson-Crick base pairing to fold long DNA scaffolds into virtually any 2- or 3-dimensional shape with nanometer precision. The sequence-defined addressability allows us to attach different molecules at specific locations, creating complex multi-component nanodevices. Applications are diverse, ranging from molecular sensors and drug delivery systems to molecular robots and plasmonic devices. Most importantly, DNA is now viewed not only as genetic material, but as a programmable molecular construction kit that enables us to build the nanoscale world by design.